I'm at the 2018 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas to see the devices of the future. Vendors from all over are showing off their idea for the next big thing, and I am captivated. But to be honest, this isn't the first time I've felt this way. As a kid, every new toy seemed more sophisticated than the last, and soon I was holding what seemed like magic. The promise of technology was exciting, and I wasn't the only one who liked new gadgets.
My whole life, I've loved toys. Anything gizmo, toy, gadget, I probably owned it and wrecked it. I really like drones. I mean, I've never wanted to be a pilot and really like fly myself just because it's not a big deal, but to fly just like a little drone, just the whole RC version of it, I enjoy that. This is where I build tiny houses. I'm just working on getting the tongue and groove ceiling on right now.
I hadn't talked to Mark in years, but as kids, we were pals, and it was good to see that we still had one thing in common. We both wanted to hold the future in our hands.
When I first heard about Lily, I saw the video on Facebook. When I saw it, Lily, I mean, it caught my eye. It was so cool. It blew me away. It was everything that I wanted in a drone.
It was a drone called Lily, and it would follow you. Like Mark, I was amazed. This viral promo video was seen millions of times and convinced thousands of people to pre-order the drone, raking in over $30 million and $15 million in investment, and it wasn't even out yet. Its creators, Henry Bradlow and Antoine Ballaresque, had started developing the idea as undergraduates at UC Berkeley, and they were onto something. The idea even won an innovation award at CES, and the co-founding duo was listed as one of Forbes' coveted 30 under 30. Comments poured in, and Lily became a major industry player fast.
Saw that it was supposed to come out in a few months, and bought it.
I first heard about Lily because I was kind of on this kick of reporting on drones. And when you cover Silicon Valley, you see these technologies go through these hype cycles. And so at the time, everyone was talking about drones. When you think of Silicon Valley, you think of the home of multiple venture capital firms that have put money into some of the biggest companies in the world these days. Google, Facebook, you name it, these guys have probably funded it. And so that proximity gives these students a bit of a head start in a way. They may think of something in their classroom, and by 3 months' time, they could have a meeting with some of the most influential people in Silicon Valley.
Hello. I didn't think I was going to be back here that soon, here on this side of the audience. But it's great to be here. It's great to be back. Yeah, and I'm excited to give you a little presentation about the company, Lily. I finished UC Berkeley in 2013. We had this great trip, and I remember very well browsing through pictures on the family camera, and I couldn't see my mother in any images, which is kind of, she cared so much about all these memories, and as a result, because she was taking the pictures, she was missing from all these memories. And so this is really how the first idea for a flying camera came about. This is a illustration of the first camera. It was called Camera Obscura, and since then, image quality, form factors have leaped forward. But the core experience has pretty much stayed the same. It always requires an operator. and we are removing the human operator and replacing it with artificial intelligence. What we're doing with Lily is really, and this, I love this illustration.
I've seen like a lot of founders kind of model themselves after Steve Jobs. It's funny because venture capitalists look for that in companies. They look for showmen of CEOs that can really market their products.
1,000 words. This is what we're trying to really, taking storytelling to the next level by enabling people to always be in the image with their loved ones and to create richer content. And there's a lot of other things we're doing.
You know, it's supposed to ship like mid-June, early July, and you got this delay, and it said, hey, we're still kind of working on like our beta issues, or, you know, we're still going through testing, and now our ship date's like into July, early August. And so it like wasn't a huge delay, but I was like, oh, you know, I'm hoping I get this into summer now.
They sent out an email about their manufacturing capabilities at the time, which was like the first real update.
It would send you little videos and would send you little like reminders and little like, hey, like, even like, oh, you know, Thanksgiving's coming up, happy holidays. Like, happy holidays, I want my damn Lily drone. It was kind of like end of the year, they were giving weekly updates, and then that just kind of stopped.
And then the lawsuit hit.
Two issues we were dealing with. One is that the video was a fake. The films that they were able to take with their prototype wasn't even close to what they showed in that great promotional video. Number two is if you push the shipping date back more than 30 days beyond the original shipping date, the customer automatically gets their money back unless they opt in and affirmatively agree to the new shipping date. Lily was aware of this rule and was just ignoring it. And then a very important fact arose. Lily's other money that they got through investors was running out.
This is the most overused phrase, but like hardware is hard. There's so many things that can go wrong with manufacturing hardware. Lily ran into that. Lily launched when it had nothing to launch with. You get that kind of arrogance to it all.
We got a temporary restraining order freezing their bank accounts, and then Lily went into bankruptcy.
In January 2017, Lily closed their doors. Thousands of people pre-ordered Lily and waited more than a year for a drone that just never came. So why did the founders fake the video and string people along? I wanted to know.
Hi, Antoine. This is Craig. I am making the documentary about Lily.
I made every effort I could to speak with Henry and Antoine, but only Antoine responded, and he said his lawyer strongly advised him not to speak with me. Lily was history, so I thought. But then I found something. You see, there was this drone with the same name available for purchase. No pre-orders, no drama. I could order it and get it tomorrow. When Lily went bankrupt, another company bought Lily's brand at auction. The company behind the new drone, Moda Group, was known for making all kinds of products, phone batteries, model trains, but mostly drones. From their website, they looked substantial. They had a long list of products, offices in the US and in China, and even had filed for an IPO. They were going to be a publicly traded consumer drone company, one of the first in the US. I thought maybe the self-flying dream of Lily might be alive after all.
Oh no. It's in a pile of sticker bushes. Thistles. I keep losing control. Keep saying I'm disconnected from the drone.
So what model is that? Looks like you got two of them there.
Yeah, we're doing a little test.
On the Mavic Pro and...
Looks like it lost connection, so it went home. It's called the Lily Next Gen.
Oh, that's the Lily Cam?
You know, it's
The one that you throw up in the air and it follows you and all that shit?
it is the that company actually they folded.
Oh, that sucks.
And then this one is
I really wanted a Lily. I was looking for that thing and then they turned it into something else. What the fuck? That sucks.
I know, well they didn't make the drone in time. You know, they
Yeah,
pre-ordered
also
a bunch.
Yeah.
And
As I
then
struggled to
I
explain Lily's
went,
downfall to a stranger, I felt disappointed by the Lily Next Gen. It just didn't work like I had hoped. I wanted what I had seen in that video.
What's that?
I was in Shenzhen for the holidays. That's where my wife is from, and we go pretty often. Shenzhen is known as China's Silicon Valley and a drone manufacturing mecca. I noticed Moda had an office there. I figured if I could see where the drones were made, maybe I could understand why it was so hard to make Lily work. So I asked Moda if I could visit the office address listed on their website, but they didn't respond. But then I just went anyway, and I brought my wife along too.
Looks like there's a bunch of suites in here.
Nope. Nope. No more. 这里有一个叫魔塔的科技公司吗？
不是很清楚。对。
然后有做无人机的公司吗？在这个创制？
反正我是没看到过。
没看过。
对。
好，谢谢啊。
不客气。
The office just didn't exist. I checked out the other locations to make sure I wasn't crazy. I took the train to Hong Kong, and there the address was occupied by an accounting firm. And in Vegas, the office was some sort of Cuban immigration agency. It was all very confusing, so I arranged a meeting to ask Moda's CEO, Michael Faro. I was in Shenzhen, and I went to where your office is, and there's no office there. And I also went to the one in Hong Kong, and there's no office in Hong Kong. Can you tell me where are those offices?
Well, I don't know which address you went to on Shenzhen. So there's definitely an office in Shenzhen, which I have personally been there. I think that those pictures were actually taken by my staff in China. If you go there, everybody in China knows us. The answer is no. But do we have an office in there? Absolutely. I think you're picking too much on the website. I'm saying that we have an office in Shenzhen. We had office in Nevada, and we have office in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, we don't have an office. We have a care owner that if you send an address, he would come to us and take care of all of the legal paperwork and so forth.
God, that was so awkward. But it was the way that Michael answered my questions that made me doubt him. After 10 minutes, he finally admitted that the Shenzhen office had closed, the Nevada office had closed, and the Hong Kong office was essentially a mailbox. 3 months later, they were still on the website, as Moda continued to raise money for their IPO. At CES, I wandered the halls, going from booth to booth, looking at what was new. Then, something caught my eye. I was hoping that you could tell me a little bit about this drone. Sure.
Okay.
Maybe we could step to the side over here so we don't have...
Sure. I wanted to show the video. The video is the biggest.
I
one.
know, it's true.
Do it. Okay. It's called Sion. Okay? What it is an action figure drone. It follows you when you want to ski, you know, snow ski, water ski. It's been developed for the last year and a half.
Okay.
Okay, and we're just launching it here so people can see it, and it's got a great reception. Only thing you can see on the device basically is the camera. Right there.
You know, so I see that it has a Lily branding on it.
It does.
Can you tell me about the history of that?
Basically, I think it was $34 to $36 million of pre-sales a couple years back, and they never launched the product. You know, it was quite a demand, but we're going to make sure it's right for the consumer and right for the active person with the active lifestyle, and come buy it.
While Moda had purchased Lily's brand, this other company had purchased Lily's technology. It was the same drone with the same promise, using the same promo video. Lily was alive for the third time. Mark, yo.
Hey, how are ya?
I have a little link I'm gonna send you.
Jay, something just came in.
Called Sion. It's created by the Corgi line. What it is an action figure drone. It follows you when you want to ski, you know, snow ski.
That's so incredible. Oh, on their website too, it's like the same picture as the snowboarder had on Lily. I mean, I should get at least a $500 discount on a pre-order, don't you think?
You know, all joking aside, is this something you would buy?
No, I wouldn't pre-order one. You know, it's kind of outdated. They've come out with so much cooler things, and the look, this is so, like they say, this is so, 1997? This is so 2 years ago. Yeah, they just bought the recipe and put a different, it's incredible.
Now, no matter how captivated I am when I see grand ideas, videos for the latest devices, or even millions of dollars in investment, I think about what it means to hold the future in my hand. And it means just that. Hold it in my hand. Try it out and see for myself if it's just hype or the next big thing.